Hurry, Macon screamed. Run, Jake, called Lovey. I ran so fast my chest felt like it would explode. Macon stood at the gazebo door, holding it open. His flashlight shone a path to guide me. I ran inside and he slammed the door. We stood staring at one another, wide-eyed and panting. Sweat poured down our faces. Suddenly, bam! The coyote leaped up on its hind legs and its front paws against the screen. Macon and Lovey screamed and ran to the opposite side of the gazebo. I spun around and growled as fierce and loud as I could. I shone my flashlight right in its eyes. Grr! I shouted as mean and growly as I could. But the coyote wasn't growling back or gnashing its teeth. It wasn't clawing to get in. It wasn't acting mean or scary at all. It was just licking the screen and whimpering. Confused, I stopped shouting and took a step closer to peer into the darkness. Something shiny caught my eye. Jake, get back here, Lovey cried in panic. She shook the can of coins again. Macon ran to my side, aiming his vinegar-filled squirt gun at it. Jake, stand back. Hey, wait! I put my hand on the squirt gun. Look, it has a collar. Macon lowered his gun a little, his eyes doubting me. He was ready to spring. It has a what? A collar. What kind of coyote wears a collar? Maybe it's an animal tag, Lovey called out from the corner. They tag animals in the wild. The animal whined, then lowered to sit outside the screen door. The sounds of its pants sounded loud in the hush. I shone my flashlight in the animal's face. In the beam of the light, I saw black and white, rounded muzzle, a plump black nose, floppy ears. Macon took a step closer to peer through the screen. Coyotes don't have floppy ears. Lovey stepped nearer hesitantly. You guys, I said, wonder filling my voice. This isn't a coyote. Lovey leaned and exclaimed, It's a dog. That dog absolutely cannot sleep in the house. It's filthy, and is probably covered in fleas and ticks, Honey exclaimed. We can't abandon him, please, I pleaded. He has nowhere to go, and he's starving, Lovey cried. We gave him the rest of our food, but he's so skinny. We were standing at the foot of the stairs of the bird's nest with a piece of a rope slipped around the dog's neck. The dog did look mangy. It was the size of a small Labrador retriever, and not bad looking. Brown hair, sad brown eyes, and a mass of dirty, matted, weary, brownish fur. He looked like a big Benji from the movie. And he stank like sweaty socks. We can't let him loose, I said. That'd be mean. He could get attacked by a coyote. Besides, I don't think he'd run away. Anyway, he'd just be here in the morning. Fine. He can stay on the screen porch just for tonight. But don't you go getting any wild ideas of keeping him. I'll call Chief Rand to come by tomorrow morning and take him to a shelter. The dog pressed against my leg. I stroked his head. Even though it was late at night, word traveled fast on the tiny island. A neighbor came to drop off dog shampoo, a leash, and a bag of dry food. Honey mixed in leftover hot dogs and hamburger from the holiday. She put her hands on her hips and watched as the dog ate it all up. She seemed pleased that he licked the bowl clean. Poor thing, he's near starved and covered in those awful sand spurs. Jake, go in my junk drawer and grab me some needle-nosed pliers. The dog didn't yelp or snap as Honey carefully plucked out one sharp pointy sand spur after another from his hair. He just stood there. I sure knew how those spurs could hurt. These spurs hurt like the devil, she muttered as she snipped a knot-up spur from the hair with scissors. We called them Revenge of the Carolina Parakeet. The what? The Carolina parakeet was a fancy-looking parrot native to America, used to fill the skies around here. Her favorite food was sand spurs. These tiny, round, prickly things. Some folks call them cocklebirds or sandbirds. No matter what you call them, they hurt like the dickens when they prick your skin. Ouch! Honey plucked one off her finger. Well, we humans drove the beautiful bird to extinction, in part because farmers were afraid they were eating their crops. She frowned as she kept working on the dog's fur. Now, the Carolina parakeets are no more extinct. She shook her head. And we're stuck with these seeds of these devils. There, I think that's the last one. She rose and patted the dog's head. He whimpered gratefully and put his paw on her leg. She cracked an unwilling smile. I have to admit, he's a good-natured creature. That had to hurt. He'll sleep better tonight, but tomorrow he gets a bath. She waved her hand in front of her face. This dog stinks.